Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Once again, it's time for Coffee with Kelly. We've had a really interesting week. We're just coming out of the last blood moon, which is on the 28th, and anybody who's seen that super blood moon, it was awesome. We won't be able to see that again to 2033. Made some really, really nice super blood moon blessing water. Um, that's a great healing product. In October, we're entering into the month of balance. It's actually a Libra month, but we're still in Virgo. In the month of balance, we're also entering in harvest time, and we are also entering the time where the veil between life and the afterlife is thin. So we can respect that by honoring our ancestors. We do have a lot of things like that. Some people celebrate it on October 31st, some people celebrate it on November 2nd. It's a wonderful time to remember those who came before you and the reason why we are here. On October 8th, Venus will enter Virgo, and now that it's out of its shadow period, it'll be in Venus will be in Virgo, until November 8th. So movement in your love life, if you were having any, stickiness in that situation and it was kind of slow or things weren't moving, now that it's out of the shadow, your love life should be being able to communicate again. Virgo is the perfectionist, and Virgo is going to be the one who will see the good in everybody and wants to make that good perfect. Sometimes it can get a little tedious, but they can turn dirt into gold and they can turn carbon into diamonds. So, after a little bit of polishing, you never know, you might have a diamond there. On October 9th, Mercury is going direct again. Yay. This Mercury retrograde really isn't that bad. We're more into everything that has to do with the reflecting, recalculating, re-administrating. So we're going back and checking that everything that we're doing in our life is in a check and balance system. And it's a great time because in this month of balance of October, that's a great time to be doing that. When Mercury turns back direct, it will be direct in Libra on October 9th, and that brings clarity and balance back into your communication. So if things right now are kind of people don't understand each other, people are not talking to each other, that should be cleared up by October 9th. I wanted to talk a little bit too also metaphysically about attracting and maintaining prosperity. Now, with October being the month of harvest, a lot of people who have planted those seeds right now will be picking up everything that they planted, harvesting everything that they've planted. And if you plant those seeds well with love, and you've tended to them with endurance and compassion, those seeds right now will be the fruit of your cornucopia. Now, that doesn't only go just food-wise. That also goes with your health, your finances, your love life, your happiness. So, to be able to maintain that prosperity that you are right now harvesting, you need to make sure that you planted those seeds well, that you tended to that well. In your health, you can't just sit there and say, oh, I'm sick. What am I going to do now? And the first thing you do is you got to blame somebody. Oh, well, the neighbor gave me a cold. Oh, if it wasn't so rainy, when you have that kind of attitude, you're attracting that kind of attitude. You need to kind of change that thought process to think, well, I'm not sick. Everything is well in God's eye. Everything is abundant in God's eye. We are able to control the way that we have prosperity and abundance, because we have that God spark within us. We have that prosperity gene already implanted in us, because we have God within us, and the whole entire universe of its wisdom and its abundance and its infinite expectations. We have that. We have that right within us. And whenever we get a negative thought, we go inside, we can correct that. Whenever you start feeling down and you feel like something is, just not right in your world, and, you want to start the blaming process, which in turn, anything that would be negative, you're going to put that negative vibe out in the universe, and that's going to be reflected back to you, because the universe is thinking that's what you want. You have to tell the universe what you want. You have to tell yourself what you want. So, meditation is a really, really good way to do that. Especially if you have kids. Sometimes people don't have time to meditate, but people have time to sit down and count to 10. Oh my God, the kids messed up the house. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, and you're going in and you're thinking, well, you know what? Yeah, the kids messed up the house, but you have love in that house, and the kids want to be in your house. And you also have to think that you have a nice, safe place to live. So think of the positive way to see yourself out of that negative thought pattern. When you go into a state of soul, you have confidence. You have confidence that God is the source of all abundance. And you can tap into that source because you are made of God. You are made from God. You are made directly from this universe. And you can reaffirm that by yourself by doing meditation. You can go inside and talk to yourself and readjust any negativity you're feeling. You can do things that are really great, like make reaffirmations for Mercury retrograde. Reaffirmations. You want to affirm your thought process. You can make little post-it notes, put them on the door, put them on your laptop at work, put them on your car inside, so when you turn on the radio, you can see that, like, hey, you're great, and you're doing good, and you're doing the best you can with what you have, and don't worry about it because the whole situation is under control. Or you could do things like I do. You write down little index cards, and it helps to remind you, because when you reaffirm yourself constantly, you are changing your thought process, and it's becoming a memory, and it's being instilled in you, and that's going to help you. This is me. The God power within me is greater than any obstacle that I face. Whenever you feel that you can't get on with the situation, or you feel that things are hopeless, or you're sick, or you got a lot of bills to pay and you just don't know where the money's coming from, you can sit down and you can start out your affirmation by saying, the God source within me is greater than blank, whatever problem you have. The God source within me is greater than this cold that I have. The God source within me has already seen the bills that I have to pay and will open a door to help me to that financial security. There is a little trip up in there, though, because God also helps people who help themselves. So if you are stuck in a negative playback in your life, it's going to be kind of hard for you to get out of that. And that's where you go into meditation, not medication. Medication would actually numb you and not let you feel your God source. But when you meditate, you go inside, you're able to clear your mind, and when any of those thought processes come to you, you let them pass, you let them float away, and you're just there in the present, receiving the signal from the universe, knowing that all is well and everything is fine. And that's a good way to do it. that helps you reestablish your part in this planet. That's it for the metaphysical part. Let's do something fun that I like doing. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for the entire week. So I'm going to use one of my favorite tarot cards. It is the Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Natalie Valentine. This was my first tarot card that I really loved. I bought every tarot card under the sun, and I just felt that they were just too harsh. I had the old school ones and the scary ones that had the swords stabbed through people's hearts, and people living outside in the freezing cold and nobody would open the door for them. And Doreen Virtue and Natalie Valentine make some really nice cards that takes the fear out of those old-fashioned tarot cards. So this was the first deck that I really got interested in, and this is the deck that really rings true to me. The deck that truly I receive a signal directly from the universe, angels talking on what path that I should take. So like I do all the time, I will pray over the cards, asking for God to give us a clear reading, and to keep all of this within love and light, only positive and clear understanding. So what I do, I'll start shuffling the cards, and normally the cards will pop right up. There you go. There's a card popped right up. So that will be like a card for the beginning of the week. Now I'll pull a card for the middle of the week. Oh, they want to be stuck today. Here we go. Card for the middle of the week. And then I'll do one for the weekend. Oh, look at that. So, for the beginning of the week, we have the Page of Fire. Okay, the fire is actually the wand suit of the original tarot. So the Page of Fire is a person, the page is the messenger. It's the one that runs back and forth to the king, telling them what's going on and taking letters and this and this and that. It's usually a younger person, an outgoing person. Younger doesn't have to mean with age. It could be young at heart, that you have that ability within you to regenerate your youthfulness without having to turn into an old crow when you're 70 years old. So this is saying that we have news of exciting new endeavor. Something new is coming, a new business. It could be an invitation to something new. It could be somebody new in your love life. Like I said, the Venus is entering the Virgo. And you will be able to use whatever that endeavor is. You'll be able to use your own insight and creativity and ingenuity. So this is a card saying that something is going to happen. You're going to do really well in your work. You are going to have a problem before you that you were able to creatively figure out. It might be somebody else in your life. It could be one of your children. They could be starting on a new path in life, and really it's clicking with them that they have that inside power to go ahead and do what they need to do. So that's a good way to start off the week. Bam, you got the Page of Fire. You got, all of the light of the universe coming in, telling you, you know what? You got something coming your way. Grab hold. Take hold of it. Don't let it go. Be creative. It's going to work. So as we move on to the middle of the week, what do we get? We get the renewal card. The renewal card. This is about endings and new beginnings. And in this picture, you can see there's like a family, and they're before Archangel Jeremiah. And this is like a family starting on a new life or recreating a life. and wondering, realizing how wonderful it is to have each other. This is a time to review, which is correct because we're still in Mercury retrograde. So you review, you reevaluate, you take a new path, something wasn't working before, but with this happening, that you have a new endeavor coming, you're going to end that old process and start on something new. So those two go along really well. It's time to take a step in a new direction, because if things weren't working for you before, obviously you don't want to hit your head on the same wall too many times. Look for a new door. So by the weekend, what do we have? My favorite card, the Magician. You possess all of the divine and mystic magic to make this work. This is Archangel Raziel. Now, it says that whatever this endeavor that is coming your way, you're ready for it. You can manifest it. You can take your dreams and turn that thought into something in action. Action is having faith in yourself. You have to have faith in yourself. When you take action, that's saying, I trust my intuition. I know this is going to work. And when you're a magician, you can do alchemy. You can change things, just like I was telling you before. When Virgo enters Venus, you can turn carbon into diamonds. You can turn dirt into gold. You are changing. You change your own universe. It says you're ready. There's resources and abilities available to you. You have to manifest them. How do you manifest them? By having faith in the God source, that everything is already immediately available to us, and you are ready just to hold out your hand and accept it and do what you need to do. You take action. You have faith in yourself. Life is magical. This card is special to me because this is the card that I picked when I married my husband, and every time it has something to do with him, this card comes up. So yes, I married a magician, which is really cool. I am too, but I can magically make things disappear. Don't tell anybody. I'm just kidding. So anyway, I'd love to send you wonderful blessings. Have a great week. Take care of yourself. Take time to reevaluate, reassess, relax. Life isn't all that hard. We have it within us to create the life that we want, because we are made of that creation. And I would love to have everybody to have a wonderful week, wonderful blessings, and don't forget to always hold the light.